Welcome to the Daily Grind, the video edition for Tuesday, April 5th. Well, it's the day after the national championship game. Boy, what a ugly game last night. Uh, Give Connecticut their credit. They won the game. Butler, just a horrible night shooting. And looking back at yesterday's game, we try to learn things from when we lose plays. One thing I'm taking away from last night is that when they have these national championship games in football stadiums, I got to look at teams that don't rely on the outside shot. I think that's the one thing I'm going to take away from last night. Clearly, Butler could not shoot the ball last night. They couldn't shoot inside as well either. Terrible night. They only had 2 points inside the paint. But the situation when you've got a team that relies so much on their outside game, as Butler does, something about the depth perception in these big domes might be something to file in our handicapping things to look at when we're breaking down games. Because clearly, Connecticut's ability to penetrate last night and get the buckets in transition was the difference that let them get away from Butler. Because as bad as Butler played last night, the fact that they had the lead at halftime was amazing. But nonetheless, that's wrapping up last night's game. Now, normally the daily grind is in the forums, and this is going to be in the forums. We're going to start trying to do some things where I'll talk about some things maybe from the night before and give just a preview of things to come for the day, and then with this video, and then we'll carry on the conversation in the forums through the daily thread with the daily grind. So something new. We're just testing the waters, trying to find out what's the best combination to get winning information to you. And that's what it's all about, in sharing information. That's how we all grow and become better handicappers. Now, moving over to Tuesday, going to take a look at an afternoon game where we've got Arizona at the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs got the win yesterday, and today they're throwing a guy making his major league debut. He was in the bullpen last year. Andrew Kashner is making his first start today. Now, he won the fifth starter position on this Cub rotation almost by default. Carlos Silva was just horrible, and they're going with Kashner. And as the management has actually said, the coaching staff here with Chicago, Kashner is a work in progress. And if you look at his spring training numbers, he is exactly that. In 16 and a third innings of work, he gave up 18 hits and 10 runs. Not a real good ratio for what you want out of a starting pitcher. He got hit hard. That's going to be a problem I see. And I'm looking at the Cubs today as a favorite. I just cannot trust them in the favorites role today. And I've got a little interesting stat involving the Chicago Cubs. The fact that they won yesterday in a 4-1 game. When they hold an opponent to 1 run or less, going back the last 2 seasons and the start of this season, the Cubs are just 9-17 after holding somebody to 1 run at home. So a negative expectation with the Cubs. They generally don't have two great pitching performances back to back. We're getting Arizona, not a great ball club by no means, but we're getting them as a $1.40 underdog right now. And we're going to take a look at them. I think there's some value with Arizona today. Definitely no value in the Cubs. And sometimes it's just even better not to have a play than to look at a team like the Cubs where there is no value backing them today. So my recommendation to start the daily grind today is in the Chicago Cub game. If you're going either direction, I favor the dog with Arizona. I think that's where the value is today in that game. And I'm going to be breaking down some other games on the Tuesday card. You can follow that in the Daily Grind thread on the forums. So once again, thanks for watching, and let's continue to pick winners and have each other share in our knowledge. So I hope you interact in the forums and get the conversation going. Thanks again. This has been the Daily Grind for Tuesday, April 5th.